Wake up call. We are now live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Extreme 104 SVG. So, trending stories over the weekend. So which one to go with first? Where to go? Where to go first? So, boy, the Russian super yacht leaves SVG after buying 40,000 gallons of fuel.
The foreign medical student who was found dead in.
Or that one.
Yeah.
No. Or we can go to yesterday being 16 years since Glenn Jackson was murdered. Or we can go to, let me get it right, Super Dog, Pitbull.
Yeah,
had to do Senator had to do emergency surgery or something else. Let me go with the foreign medical student first, right? Now it says here that on Friday morning, a medical student from the St. James School of Medicine was found dead in his apartment. That is quite unfortunate. And all this article says, is coming from St. Vincent Times, is that the body had no visible signs of physical injury. Now, I tried to reach out to the school on Friday and did not get through. So I was not able to get confirmation from the school about this one here. But you remember Friday when I was talking about mental health, and if you feel like giving up on life, then you know what to do. You should reach out and speak to somebody. So that might be a possibility, especially since there are no visible signs of injury. That is always a possibility. Now, quite unfortunate, and I will stress again, if you feel like giving up on life, there are people you can talk to, and there's a way to make a 180 degree. You can start small, but there's a way to make a 180 degree and actually come out of that dark era in your mind. All right. And to get so far down into thinking that you should take your own life, it has to be something very serious, and it should be taken seriously. Slowly but surely, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are changing the way we look at mental illness. Slowly.
Very slowly.
Slowly but surely. And people seem to think that mental illness deals with very serious issues such as schizophrenia, and that whenever we talk about mental illness, we are just on the verge of being hospitalized or taking medication. But it's a simple, very, very simple thing as coping mechanisms, a simple thing as stress, feeling sad, how you react to certain things, react versus respond, childhood trauma, dealing with finances, the daily stresses of life, all those little things. And they always start small.
That's true.
And just get bigger and bigger if you don't deal with them in the early stages. So slowly but surely we're changing that mindset. I don't know how many years it'll take before we get to the state of mind where it is acceptable to talk about how you feel, especially as it concerns men.
Well, man is considered weak when he expresses himself.
Yes,
he is not weak.
So.
No, but we had a conversation.
Consider.
When
I consider you ever see a man cry?
Yeah, the man cried the other day when his phone was stolen.
No, not like that. Not like that.
That was a different scenario. In terms of dealing with life issues.
If I've ever seen a man cry, yes.
When a man breaks down, let's say about some financial stuff, usually people would say, "Oh, man, just suck it up." Life goes on.
Man, just drink a PT.
There's never really that comfort for a man.
Mm.
It's
because
like you're supposed to be this
macho.
Exactly.
Some men think that way too.
Yeah,
and they don't even get to the point of breaking down or talking.
Put on us from
the majority of men have to think that way. We have to think that way actually.
You don't have to. I'm telling you. I
don't think we have to.
I am telling you, you don't have to think that way. That's not how it is.
The thing is, society has put it on us to be macho men.
Okay, so we are changing that.
If you come off weak, you
for the rest of your life, you get me viewed as weak.
So I am telling you now. You see, this is the problem, right? We're trying to tell you that we're changing that. That is not me, Crystal, and everybody else who's listening who understands. We're trying to tell you that this is how it's going to be, and you sound a little reluctant. The two of you sound a little reluctant to accept that. We are changing our mindset over here.
That's peer pressure. Actually.
That's not peer pressure. Not peer pressure. I'm saying that
Yeah, that's you forcing me to change.
in my
we
no no no
don't-
no no
how
no,
we
I'm not
don't
forcing you to
custom.
change. I'm not forcing you to change. I'm just saying, in my view, I'm telling you that I have a different view. In my view, you are not weak. You are
Okay.
normal. You're human.
But
Yes.
okay, let me finish.
And
this,
I was-
right?
It takes time to
I will
change.
stress it again. Society has put that pressure on us.
Okay.
right.
So who's gonna take off the pressure?
Well, it
Society.
also depends on us as men.
Okay.
So some of us would go and we'll do therapy.
Uh-huh.
We would find someone to let out stuff. But we usually kind of hide it. Like we would do a sport or something, a
Mhm.
hobby, find something to do
Hmm.
to ease our stress.
Mhm.
So there's ways of changing.
But that is also a way to deal with stress.
Yes.
Activity, physical activity.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Lano?
But sometimes your
Kicking
mental
some
really
balls.
needs some clearing.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would suggest that you get some therapy.
Yeah. Or you
Wait.
could write until you're ready.
True.
Because-
have a journal.
Yeah, you can have a journal. You can buy a little notebook and a pen and
Yeah.
tuck it under your bed so that
No,
nobody else would read it.
No,
Uh-huh.
I'm just come from me. I started therapy because I realized I had some issues I need to deal with. So,
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
I feel like this is a segment by itself.
No, we ain't going down in my
No.
personal life, but
I
I'm just
didn't
saying.
mean to go down but in terms of men do not come out and say, I did therapy or I'm thinking of that. It's
Yeah.
not a norm. So
Hmm.
stick a pin with that one. I'm gonna write it down. Write it down. One of these days.
Men and therapy.
Men and therapy. All right. Interesting. That's good. All right. If you want to join us, WhatsApp is 4301043. Also on the Facebook at Extreme 104 SVG. Yesterday, March 6th, was 16 years since Glenn Jackson was murdered.
Yeah.
16 years. And this one here saying that it's closed forever.
It's closed forever.
The case is closed forever. 16 years.
Closed forever. And when you say closed forever, it's closed as in they've never really found anyone guilty.
Nope.
You remember the guy that they picked up?
Now let him go
Yeah.
because they made a mess of the case.
So how can you close something if you never found someone
You can't close the case
because
if
of
okay, so you're not able to get sufficient evidence to prosecute or charge anybody. And time has passed, so much time has passed. The investigation just ended up at a dead end. There's nowhere else that you can go. There's no new development. After a while, you just close it. It's just termed unsolved.
True.
That's sad.
I think we could start to unsolve mysteries here in St. Vincent
Nah, that would be too
for
much.
the amount of crimes.
That would be too much.
Like we said, we're gonna never done.
Yeah.
We're gonna never done, and some of them will remain unsolved because sometimes the people who are guilty of the crime, they died after. What you going doing that? Dead man tells no
So
tales.
then it goes back to the judicial system.
Well, so you see, in this one here, right? It says officials on the island said the case is closed forever as the person who was charged, a then 25-year-old Sign Hill resident, was acquitted of the Jackson's murder due to mistakes made by investigators. And then the then High Court judge,
Who is deceased now?
right? He said that the work carried out by the investigators was an awful investigation.
After we did bring in Scotland Yard and those people.
Yeah, you remember that, right? How old were you when that happened? 16?
Yeah, you remember when they're coming? Everybody
Yeah, I
was
remember
like, like frightened, like, yo.
Yeah. I was
Nobody
like,
can
"Ooh,
get it, no.
It was like
It's
we're
like-
gonna solve it.
no, the motive was like we had to go outside because we want to get this crime solved,
Because we weren't capable
we're going
at
to
the
bring
time.
Scotland Yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious thing. And it's still 16 years. You know, it must not be a very good feeling. I'm just thinking, like, from my perspective, if I had a relative that was murdered and 16 years on, the case is unsolved, nobody knows, nobody could be prosecuted. How do you get closure from that?
Hmm.
As you know,
Well, I actually
rough.
know a lady whose son died, and she hasn't gotten any. And she usually posts stuff on Facebook.
How many years
About
has
it.
passed?
About 5.
5 years.
Yeah, and she has no. She tries to follow up with the police because she posts everything on Facebook,
Hmm.
and it's so sad.
It is sad. It is very sad indeed.
That was no, we had a new one with QQ as well.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
They never find you.
He's been missing.
Yeah.
And that's like six years.
Man, Cookie was my very good brethren, and I got to know nobody know where he did and we're going on. So yeah.
He was from Eastern George, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
sad. Eh?
We're very
Yeah.
hunting too. So I
You
But-
could never. There's no funeral, no nothing. You can never get. Like how do you? Oh boy, just gotta pray, hope and pray. Now let's move on to another event. Well, not event. It's not an event. Speaking of events, though, I see a lot of things advertising, boy. Fet here, fet there, fet everywhere.
back outside.
Back outside, we're listening.
Well,
You
I
see
would
the
never
ministry say.
I think we're always outside. I mean, have
Well,
you been out on a Friday?
But
You can ask him that. And me, stuck in my house. I'm stuck in my house. I ain't gonna know it.
Well, I saw Lano out. It
Hey.
wasn't Friday gone.
nah, I wasn't afraid.
That was Friday gone. It was like last week.
No, I
Before?
go.
Yeah, but I was out Friday gone, and trust me, ain't nobody following protocols.
Including the people who say they see you outside, yeah? Look at them. Look at them. It's like, oh,
Ain't
yes.
nobody following protocols.
So it's just so.
Whatever.
We just outside living life right now.
But listen.
Yo,
Uh-huh.
I saw a post this morning. It said COVID has left Vinci because we're struggling.
Wait, hold-
COVID's like, yo,
COVID has left the world, FYI.
we done struggling. So
COVID has left the world, FYI. It was either Sputnik or the war. Okay? We didn't want Sputnik. The world didn't want Sputnik. They banned, they prevented it from being, well, not prevented. It's still not on the WHO's list of approved vaccines. So, let's deal with the war.
So we
The
had
war is what brought COVID-19 to an end. Nobody's paying attention to coronavirus. But we should be, because we can't afford to drop the ball. All right? When you do that, then we might just end up with a spike. You know what I saw concerning COVID-19? They shared the latest statistics, right? And when you read the comments, people are saying, oh, they lie. Them figures ain't right. The high cost of testing means nobody is going to get tested. So really and truly, the figures are much higher than that because everybody just getting sick and staying home.
are you talking about locally?
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
Right here. I read the comments.
Like three or four. Should be zero by now.
I haven't seen the statistics.
Listen,
I feel it's zero.
my point is, no matter what is done,
Right, they go ahead negative.
people are going to respond some way. It's as if you want our figures to be extremely high all the time. And when they're high, you vex. When they're low, you vex.
Why not?
Come on. Come on.
So
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
get
if-
free money.
Yeah, well, so
You
was
get
it
free
correct?
money.
So was it correct as well?
So what if they are in fact correct?
Exactly what will happen.
Right? Now, here's another thing. You do realize that at some point the numbers are going to fall to a point where we could get out of this phase that we are in. You do realize that at some point we're gonna, and people have been begging for that point to come, and it looks like it's here. They're still doing their assessments, and that's what they have to do as the ministry because they're responsible. But you realize we had to get to this point at some point, right?
I don't think people paying attention to it though.
That's what you think. Yeah, people just want to be negative.
Nobody really care.
They just want to be negative as well, you know. Sometimes they just have to throw your hands in the air. The ministry said, listen, if we come to your fete and we realize it's ain't approved, shut down. Got the bars and thing outside, and
Shut down.
the vans and thing outside, and
Yeah.
same old argument as always. Now, we want to wish Senator Baller speedy recovery. He says here, he said it on Friday. Fans, friends, and well wishers, last evening I was diagnosed with acute appendicitis and had to be rushed to a hospital for emergency surgery to remove my appendix, which was on the verge of rupturing. You know, that is a very serious thing, though, because if it ruptures, it could possibly lead to death. Surgery was done sometime after midnight last night. I just woke up and in recovery. to next, right? The doctors say I should be back to normal in about a week or two. Thank you to all those persons who called and messaged. I am truly touched by the outpouring of compassion I have received. I will be better by the. I didn't get what came after that. I didn't screenshot what came after that.
I think is he
Better by the end of the week.
Yeah, it could be
probably.
the week. Yeah, from the previous
Yeah.
thing, right?
Speedy recovery, my dear. Speedy
But
recovery.
he was really active throughout the whole thing.
Yes.
Because he was on Facebook yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, up to this morning.
Yeah.
So I guess he's good.
fine. That's
And
good. That's good. He's recovering, you know, and that's what we like to see. People get better. All right. Catch things in the nip it in the bud kind of thing. And then people get better. Let me say good morning to some folks on the WhatsApp really quickly before we head on out. Good morning to Randy. My weekend was good. How was yours? You have a wonderful day today. Good morning, Cleo. She says, I make a laugh there. Good morning, Wake Up Team, and welcome to DJ Crush. Have a good day, Al.
Good morning.
Joshua's checking in from Bermuda. Good morning, Joshua. Oh, I like to see that Vinci flag. They're flying high. Good morning to Big Bad Shack. As usual, big up to the Boatyard Security in Villa. And Asher. Is it Shasha? In Camden Park. All right. Good morning, Bertie. How you doing? Tell her wife I said good morning. There are some on the Facebook we could run through really quickly. We got 2 more minutes.
That's Edford Bascom.
Yeah. You could just read the message. Or you could say morning Edford.
Come on,
Yeah.
man, you're hiding it
Say Crystal again. Huh.
Yeah, I got you, man.
again.
Who say again there?
Edford. So I'm like, how many?
Guy,
guys?
how you making me look, yeah?
Yeah, Max.
How you
Max,
making
big up yourself.
Oh.
Nyasha, COVID has gone. Is the war now.
Oh,
True,
yeah, boy.
true,
Nobody
true.
paying attention to COVID.
Max saying that he went outside at the Bible Museum yesterday.
You went to a Bible museum yesterday, Max? Wow.
I kind of find it hard to believe, Max.
Max, you know Max.
Have you-
Everybody
have
knows
you,
Max.
Have you seen
I know
like,
Max.
one of Max live?
Don't worry about Max's life, right? I know Max. Good morning, Max. Max is one of our favorite people here, all right? All right, so let's take a break. We have to head to your X News in about a minute or two. And of course, we're going to head to the top of the hour. Thank you for joining the live. Some messages there. We'll read them out when we come back. All right.